Any chance of seeing it? Very clean.
So my charity pickups of the week. It was a bit stale this week, not a huge selection of great stuff, but found a few this oddities to start off with this Trevor Howard film from 1980 called Sir Henry at Rawlinson End. I think I did read a blurb in a book about this film. It's a very strange film. I kind of think it's going to be a very broad kind of left field comedy in the line of Monty Python, The Goon Show, that kind of thing, mixed with the two Ronnies, I guess, that kind of thing. And basically, Trevor Howard plays the title character, Sir Henry, who lives at this kind of big castle on this estate down in England. And his brother, who lives with him, gets killed in this bizarre duck shooting accident. So you know it's going to be a really broad comedy with a setup like that. And he has all these oddball kind of friends and hangers-on that stay over at this castle, who all have these really weird, bizarre behaviour traits. And he's also got a POW camp a German POW camp beside his pond in his estate. So, I mean, I've read the synopsis 2 or 3 times and I'm still none the wiser. It's a really bizarre, offbeat film, but curiosity piece for sure. Now, this one stars Dakota Fanning. That's the main reason I bought it. The Secret Life of Bees. And I'm kind of interested in the life of bees in the sense of, is it rearing bees, you call it? Keeping bees, I don't know what you call it. But basically it's got a really good cast other than Dakota Fanning, who I think is a wonderful actress. You've got Queen Latifah, Jennifer Hudson, Alicia Keys, Sophie Okonedo and Paul Bettany. And it's based off a book, but it's a kind of drama about this girl played by Dakota Fanning who is getting abused by her father and her home life's not nice, and she runs away with her friend who's a black girl and ends up back at her home, or her, I think it might be her auntie's homes, I'm not sure. 2 sisters anyway, and they keep bees, and it's going to be a life kind of discovery, kind of heart-warming kind of comedy drama, I'm guessing. Life-affirming kind of film, I guess, but it's got a solid cast and it looks very sort of sunny. So I'm not expecting too much kind of, negativity or downbeat. I think it's going to be an upbeat film, I think. But Dakota Fanning, what an actress! Yeah, what a brilliant actor. I haven't seen her much since become an adult, really. Apart from she's in that Channel 5 series, The Alienist, but she was wonderful in War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise and Man on Fire with Denzel Washington. So what a wonderful actress. Now, 2 TV series from Britain here. ITV series A Touch of Frost with the wonderful David Jason. He plays the cantankerous kind of messy kind of DI Jack Frost, who resides at Denton CID police station, at the made-up beat. But this is a wonderful TV series. His character, Jack Frost, he's not a very pleasant character, but you really do, I think everybody can relate to aspects of his character. And he really makes the character really enjoyable to watch. It's a really well-written, acted drama. Detective series. The weakest part of the series is the storylines aren't really that taxing or aren't that great, but he makes up for it in spades. Frost is such a wonderful character. He's kind of this grumpy, kind of smiley, kind of scruffy, tardy, kind of, he's always late. He's a real dinosaur in the station. He doesn't really like change or following procedure, any of that, filling in forms or anything like that, or anything new. And he's very un-PC. He doesn't really know how to speak the PC language, kind of thing. So that gets him into trouble with Bruce Alexander, his boss, Superintendent Mullet, played by the wonderful Bruce Alexander, whose hair gets increasingly greyer as the series goes on, having to keep Jack Frost in check. But you've got, forget the actor's name, George Tooley, I think he's called, his sidekick, who's wonderful in the series as well. But he's a great character. He's a kind of a sympathetic character, although he's kind of unpleasant to the most part. He's a sad character. His wife dies at the beginning of the series after a long illness, and he's kind of looking for love, and he's quite unlucky in love, Jack Frost. He does have this on-off relationship with this nurse at the hospital, but the job is his life. He's a brass tacks kind of officer. He really lives and breathes the job. In that respect, catching criminals. And he's great to watch. So if you've never checked it out, check Touch of Frost out. It's a wonderful series. And lastly is Sean Bean in Sharp, the Napoleonic Wars set series. Doesn't mean anything to me, I'm not a historian, but 1800s, late 1800s, I guess. It's a kind of a musket cannon warfare, that kind of setting. And he plays Richard Sharp. I think I'm not very good at ranks. Is he a sergeant at first? He works his way up through the ranks, and he's a commoner. And he gets a lot of friction and pushback from the officers, who are all kind of gentlemen, all toffs, and they look down their long noses at Sharp. But he also gets it from the other end of the ranks, from the kind of foot soldiers, as they kind of respect him because he's one of their own, a commoner, but they don't give him the respect that you give to the other officers because he's not a gentleman, kind of thing. So it's got a wonderfully produced series, sumptuous to look at, gorgeous kind of battle scenes, and great supporting cast in here. Also, you've got Dara O'Malley as his second in command, Harp, who's wonderful, and great supporting cast. Pete Postlethwaite plays like a great villain, and you got Hugh Fraser here from Poirot. Great series, very well written and produced. Definitely check Sharp out if you've never seen it. It really is a classic show based on the novels by Bernard Cornwell. So there you go. That was it for this week. Not a great selection in the shops this week, but next week could be better. You never know. You could find a gold nugget. You never know. So that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.